the effect that the use of time in the pit has on you? Let me explain. According to narratology, we can discuss an element of time analysis, which is duration. Specifically, we can discuss the distinction between discourse time and story time. Now, even though this was originally applied to literature and the written word, I have decided to apply it here for the purposes of this video. So, what is discourse time? Discourse time is how long it takes you to watch an episode of TV, a movie, or to read a book. Whereas story time is the amount of time it takes for the action in a story to occur. The Pit presents two interesting characteristics. The first one is that the story is told using what we call isochrony or congruent presentation, which means that the discourse time and the story time are basically equal. So each episode takes up an hour of the shift and it lasts about an hour, so it takes us about an hour to watch it. The problem comes in when we take into account that the episodes are not released all at once, but weekly. Unless you wait until the end, you cannot binge it. You cannot watch it all together. The result is that even though the season as a whole lasts about 15 hours, because it's supposed to last as long as the shift does, we don't watch it in that way, again, unless we wait to binge it. In other words, we are not watching those 15 hours of story in 15 hours of our time. So the story time and the discourse time are different. What is the effect here? Well, on the one hand, a story with a congruent presentation usually focuses on dialogue and action, but at the same time it creates a different connection between the audience and the story itself, because it almost feels like you are in the story because it's happening at the same time as you are consuming it. However, on the other hand, the fact that we have to wait 1 week for each episode, even though the action is not taking place over the course of 15 weeks, creates a feeling of, okay, this shift is actually longer than it seems. So maybe we expect things to develop faster because, come on, a week has gone by. And in reality, that is not the case. It feels to us like more time has gone by, but in reality for the characters, they're still on hour 2 of their shift. So not a lot of time has gone by for them. In that case, the discrepancy between story time and discourse time creates some sort of dissonance in how the audience treats and reacts to the show itself. When you have this sort of discrepancy between story time and discourse time, the effect on the audience can be considerable.